Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. The honorable the examiners of this final report, and also my beloved friends in this room. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Ajeng Binar. I'm from 6BB class, and in this occasion, I would like to explain about my research entitled Copywriting Video Script of Pempek Pelangi. And here I would like to explain chapter 1 introduction, and it includes of the background, problem, limitation, formulations, and purpose. And in chapter 2 I would like to explain about the literature review, which related to my research. And in chapter 3 I would like to explain about the method of my research, the technique of collecting and also analyzing the data. And we will start from the first. It is about chapter 1 introduction, and I will start by background. So for the background, we will start by food. Well, food is one of the aspects in tourism industry. And also, as we know that Palembang as one of the city in Indonesia is most known well because of its traditional food, which is pempek. And pempek become the most famous traditional food from Palembang, and it makes there are many pempek sellers in Palembang, even it is in a small town, small area, or in the center of the city. Because of there are many pempek sellers in Palembang, so there are many people who try to increase their selling, but because there are many kinds of pempek sellers in Palembang, many pempek sellers try to make the new innovation that will be something new for the tourists, local and international. So after this, the pempek sellers has tried many kinds of innovations, and one of the innovations that people seldom to know is pempek pelangi. So pempek pelangi is one of innovation food. It is pempek that which has the color like rainbow, for example, red, yellow, and green. And also this kind of pempek is made from fresh vegetable and fruits, which is good for our health. And by this phenomenon, the writer or I would like to make pempek pelangi become popular food for the tourists, and so that's why I choose copywriting as the platform to promote pempek pelangi. Well, I would like to go to the problem formulation. The problem formulation is how to write a copy script or video of pempek pelangi into languages in Bahasa Indonesia and English. For the problem formulation, the problem limitation, this research is focused on how to make pempek pelangi, how to make a copywriting of pempek pelangi into languages in Bahasa Indonesia and English. And for the research purpose is it is aimed to examine how to write the copywriting of video script of pempek pelangi. And the last is research benefits. The benefits will be used for the English department and also for the seller of pempek pelangi, and also for the tourists, even local and international tourists. Well, we go to the chapter 2. It is literature review, and I will start by the definition of copywriting. There are many definitions of copywriting, and one of the literature review is mentioned by Agustrianto in 2006-33. He said that copywriting is the art of writing the most persuasive and strong sales message, which is motivated by entrepreneur through print media. And the elements of copywriting is, according to Erwanda in 2012, there are 4 basic elements of copywriting. The first is headline, the second is greeting and lead paragraph, and the third is body, and the last is closing. And the last is Steps of Writing Copy is by Rick in 2008, he explained that there are 5 steps of writing a copy. The first is prepare, organize, write, edit, and review. The next is the definition of script. It is from Tristiawati 2014. She said that video script are guide for a scriptwriter in transforming ideas into video, pictures, and image. And the next is the function of the script. It is by Ayu in 2019. She said that there are 6 main functions of script. The first is script as a basic of concept, direction, reference, cast determinant, budget calculations, and result determinant. The next is a promotional video, and class 2018 stated that a promotional video should not be more than 2 minutes because people tend to be bored watching a long promotional video. The next is according to Hadianti 2016. I would like to explain about the AIDA model, which is usually used in copywriting. Based on Hadianti 2016, she said that AIDA model is a marketing theory in overall advertising based on the customer perception, and the indicator of purchase interest is through the AIDA model is mentioned by Kotler and Keller 2009. There are attention, interest, desire, and action. The last is about Pempek Pelangi. Well, the history of Pempek Pelangi is because the owner of this kind of pempek, Mrs. Vivi, loved to making some innovation, and she's a very creative person. And at the same time, her children doesn't like to eat fruit and vegetables, so she makes how to make their children likes to eat vegetable and fruit, and it will be combined to pempek. So that's why there is a Pempek Pelangi. And for the restaurant of Pempek Pelangi, there are 2 locations. In 2018, the location of Pempek Pelangi is located at Jalan Pangeran Ratu, Pasar Induk, and also there is the shop, and the shop is Pempek Sultan Pindang Agan. And in 2082, there is a new branch of Pempek Sultan Pindang Agan in Palembang, and it is located at Jalan Letkol Iskandar, Ruko Ramayana. And the ingredients and methods of making this kind of pempek is the ingredients are still the same when we make pempek in usual, but the differences is between the color. The red color of the Pempek Pelangi is made from the juice of dragon fruit, and for the yellow color it is from the carrot, and the green color it comes from the mustard green. The next, I would like to explain about chapter 3, and it is about research methodology. Well, the method of my research is I use qualitative method, and I will combine that method with the research and development by Plum in 1997. Why? Because the reason why did I use the Plum 1997, because his theory was more detailed and it was related to the research purpose of my research. And the next is I would like to explain about the preliminary study. And the first action is collecting and analyzing the information. The second is problem definition, and the third is the continuation plan of the project. The fourth is the model development. The designing steps or the model development that has been explained in Plum 1997 is used to realize in the next step, which is in step 3, realization. The first, I would like to set in the script material to be compiled in a draft form. The second is I will prepare and read some necessary references related to my title. And the third is designing interview questions to the owner of Pempek Pelangi and also all the participants. And the fourth is I will conducting the interviews questions of the contain the data, and the last step is I will write the copy. And the next in step 3, which is realization, the result of this phase is developing the copy script or the copywriting by identifying the step of writing a copy and the IDA model that I have been taught before in chapter 2. And the next step is testing, evaluation, and revision. In testing, the focus of these activities is the validation and also the testing of the script that I have made before, and the evaluation is evaluate the script, and the last is revision. The revision is getting or gotten after I gain the feedback from the experts after did the interview. And the last step is implementation. After evaluating and obtaining the valid data, practical and effective products, the products will be implemented for the users onto social media, which is YouTube and Instagram. And the next is the subject of my research. I will use purposive sampling. So here I will conduct the interview with the expert of copywriting and advertising, the expert of media, the expert of English, and also the expert of Bahasa Indonesia. And the technique of collecting my data is by literature study, observation, and interview. And for the interview, I will use structured interview. And the technique of analyzing the data are 3. The first is literature study, and the second is observation. It means that I will take some pictures, and also I will observe for the making process of pempek pelangi. And the next is interview. So for the interview, I will listening to and transcribing recorded interviews, sorting and classifying the information, and then using the data for the revision feedback. And the last is translating information into English from Bahasa Indonesia. And the last part of my chapter 3 is after analyzing the literature study for the data, the steps of making video has been developed in order to preserve and promote Palembang traditional food, and at the same time it is also the innovation food from Palembang. And the interview data would be used to produce a copywriting video script of pempek pelangi. That's all about my explanation of my research for chapter 1 until chapter 3. Thank you for your attention. Good morning. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.